cover?
Clay does get, my son does get weighed here, and
All right.
did used to come
What's your
for
surname? I'll just check.
Spivey.
S-P-I-V-E-Y. I'll have a look. Just really to sort of remind you about what the programme's about, really, and just to answer any questions to start off with. But normally, when we start this sort of work, we just sort of set some boundaries, really, and some ground rules to make us both feel safer. And I know last time you were a little bit, obviously, concerned about work, and I can understand that. And one of the boundaries I thought we could set was that before you go, we'll write up the notes together, and then I'll type them up and print them out and bring them to you for next week or whenever we meet. Now, about the times and dates, when I got here, they're completely different to the ones that I was originally given.
Okay.
So what I've had to do, I said I'd bring to you when I came anyway, but I did mention this week's and last week's.
Next week's the 19th, isn't it?
I'm going to give you this.
Oh, okay.
Alright?
Okay.
But the 19th, I did say when I spoke to you on the phone that they couldn't do.
Okay,
I
right.
think it's so near Christmas and
Yeah.
all this stuff going on. So they offered me the 18th, which was a Thursday, which I was a little bit unsure whether it was okay for you.
Fine.
But I basically, when I got here today, it wasn't even the time they'd told me. It's something like 4:45, so it's only half an hour and a bit late. So what I've said to them is maybe we'll just do this week's and then do the rest in January. I'm not actually sure how much we'll need. I don't think we're going to need an awful lot. Do you? I mean, I think it's just sort of some sharing some information, putting you, giving you some information about where to get advice if and when you want it in the future about, you know, protective strategies and all the rest of it, yeah? Now, this programme is quite condensed. It comes from a programme that is normally run as a group process, okay? And I'm just picking out just some basic stuff because Craig is so little, isn't he? And you obviously really care and want to protect him, want to keep him safe. So, you know, in terms of what we're going to do is just really sort of go through some general stuff, okay? It's not specific to you and Clay, okay? Because he is quite young, and obviously you're going to protect him and keep him safe. And there's not a lot he can do without you, so he's not going to really get in a situation where he's going to need you to sort of, you know, keep him safe apart from in the home or when you take him out, and then you're completely looking after him, aren't you? So because he's quite dependent on you. Now, so this is a one-to-one direct work session, okay? And what underpins one-to-one work is normally about sort of confidentiality, which I've just spoken to you a little bit about with the notes. The other part of confidentiality is just to say to you that when we're talking about detail, if I'm telling you something generalised and you know, you tell me something specifically to your situation, that's up to you. But I won't write down the detail in the notes, okay? I'll just write, say for instance, we're looking at open communication in your family, or the impact on children, grooming, they wouldn't be particularly at those sort of, I'll write that down, I'll just say we looked at, and Stacey engaged and had some ideas about this, and we discussed that, but you'll do it with me, okay? So these are confidential, alright? And I know you're really scared that anything we talk about is going to be used against you to take Clayton Will, but that is not the focus or the purpose of these meetings, okay? So the other thing is it's about us. The whole programme is about us doing one-to-one work, which needs some sort of relationship building, trust building, okay, which will only come as we work together and as time moves on, okay? As part of that, I need to say to you that I don't want to be recorded.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm not sure if you are or not.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm voice recording.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So I basically and I'm glad you were honest with me. Thank you. I knew you would be.
So we do it for my own protection.
Yeah, of course you are. But I'm going to turn my phone off because obviously I'm not recording it.
I can turn my phone off. I'm not recording it on my phone.
Oh, okay. So that's fine. But, right, it's off. But the problem is, fundamentally, to do this piece of work, we need to both build up some trust. And the idea is to do one-to-one work is about between two people. Now, obviously, you're going to be using this recording in whatever way you want, which brings it into a bigger public area, doesn't it? I mean, I'm not quite sure why you need it recorded, but if it's for other people's benefit,
No,
and that's not what the
purely
work's
for
about.
purely for my
So
benefit
you're
alone.
never going to play it to anybody else? Is that
No.
what you're saying to me?
No, probably not. No, but it can't be said. I can't say. It's a hypothetical question. I can't really say.
Right.
But at the moment, it's purely for my own purpose.
Okay.
So
Okay.
nothing can get twisted. Like, we recorded all the meetings with
I
Nicole,
know that.
so
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
can get twisted.
Yeah, and you know, there's by no means, under any circumstances, would I be doing that in any way.
Everything would always get recorded, whether it was with you, whether it was someone else.
Right, okay.
Everything would always get recorded for this.
Well, because of the type of work this is, because it's direct work, which is done on a one-to-one basis, which will be shared with other people, which isn't, that sort of goes against the grain for direct work. I'm not quite sure but how we can take it forward, to be honest. I'm not sure if we can actually do the work under those circumstances. And it's not because I'm worried about that that I'm going to say something that is untrue, because I'm not. I'm just giving you information about protective strategies and grooming and all the subjects that we've talked about just now. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to be able to do the work with you under those circumstances. And it's such a shame. I was looking forward to working with you.
Okay.
And I would like to have completed it, because it then is another, if you like, it's not a tick box, but if it's like you'd have gone through the process of undertaking the work, it would have been really helpful. But it goes against the fundamental sort of principles of direct work, because it's not just between you and I. Can you understand what I'm saying?
Sort of, but I just don't get why, if it is between me and you, that doesn't get played to anyone else, why we can't do it. It is purely for our own protection. Every meeting should be confidential. It should be between
Yeah, and it
one to
would
one.
be.
Exactly, and they didn't say that they couldn't do the meetings because
No, but
I
they
was
were doing
recording.
it. That's the difference. They're doing they were doing an assessment, which would
Poorly done.
Well, that's what that's the idea, is that they were doing assessment, and that's obviously, this is different. This is one-to-one work where you build up trust, and there can't be trust if you're recording everything I say.
But there can't be trust when
You
I've
don't
only
know
just
me.
I've just
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
only
I
just
know, I
met
get
you,
that,
so I
I
can't
get
build
that.
up trust
But you can't build it up anyway if you're not trusting me in some way, and you're not by recording.
But it has to be built up. I can't
Yeah.
just come in and trust you what
So-
you're going to say. I have to, so as you say, it has to be built up.
Yeah. So, but it won't be if you're not trusting me right from the word go.
But I never trust anyone right from the word go. You don't. You don't.
Yeah,
You
no.
don't trust anyone
No.
from the word
No,
go.
no. And I understand what you're saying. It's just that it absolutely doesn't fit with direct work and one-to-one work.
Okay.
So I'm really sorry, but it's how it is.
Okay.
So what we can do,
Yeah.
and I don't mind you recording this at all, because it's just the process, and what I'll do is, I'm disappointed we can't do this, but what I'll do is, because I was going to do this work with you, basically, that Clayton's case has been allocated to me. So what I need to do is, obviously for the time that I was going to do the work, so what I'm going to have to do is go back and speak to my managers and just see where we go with this.
Is that Julie?
No, Julie's not my manager, no.
Oh.
No, it's another manager in...
So do you not work with Julie and Nicole?
I'm working a team alongside them. There's 3 teams.
Okay.
Team 1, Team 2 that are based at Basildon, yeah? And Team 3 that's based at Castle Point. Well, because of the work I do a lot of direct work with people. This type of work, I explained that to you last time. I can work across the 3 teams. And it just seemed, because the assessment's finished, it seemed good practice really, not to have 2 social workers involved with you, not overwhelm a family with 2. It seemed a good idea to allocate the case to me, so I could then do the work and then complete it and close it. So I just need to check out what's next, because
didn't expect that you wouldn't not record me, if you know what I mean. I thought you'd understand that, you know, obviously I know that you're worried and you're concerned, but at the same time it doesn't actually go with direct work recording part of it.
Then you would have gone ahead even if I hadn't have told you. I could have said, no, I'm not recording. And
You
we'd
could
have
have
gone
done, yeah, but I knew you'd be honest about it.
And I just don't get why, if it's for our own protection, like nothing can be twisted that way. Like I can't go saying that you haven't said nothing, and like we haven't used anything. Like the other meetings, they're nowhere to be seen. Like they're for me and my dad.
Yeah.
Like they're for us. Like that wouldn't go nowhere. It wouldn't need to go nowhere. Really. It's like my own protection. If something was to happen,
Yeah, I
say
understand
you could lie because like the assessment, our assessment with Nicole is very poorly done, and we have got proof that half the things that's in that assessment is not true. So if you could say something here, and we've always got the proof to say, well, no, you've got that recorded, and there'd be no need for.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but because this isn't part of the assessment, it's just providing information. I could only tell you, for instance, if we were looking at signs and symptoms of sexual abuse, I'm not going to lie about that because we're going through information. Do you see what I'm saying?
But you're not going into anyone else's case.
No.
It's just mine. So I don't.
No, I'm
get
not
why
going into your case. The idea of this work is about sharing information about keeping your child safe, generally.
But I could have that conversation with a lady out there, and I could record it. It doesn't need to be not recorded. I'm not quite getting it. I could go out there to her and say, so what do you feel like the symptoms and signs of sexual abuse are? She could have that conversation with me.
Yeah.
And so I don't get why it can't be recorded. Like, I can't just trust you from the word go, because this is, especially with everything that I have spoke to you when you were there about the trust we don't have in Nicole and things like that. So I can't just go and trust social workers.
No.
You can't.
No.
So I can't say that I can't record it because I'm not happy with going on and not recording it this moment in time.
Okay. Well, I'm equally not happy with being recorded doing this piece of work because I don't think there's a need for it. But obviously you do, so we differ. And what I'll do is I'll get advice, okay, and I'll give you a ring because we probably will have to meet again, and it doesn't have to be about this work. And
I can go home, speak to my dad, see what Dad thinks, and we can come back to the next meeting and speak then.
Could do, yeah.
Do that.
But I will ring you in the meantime, okay? Because literally, and you can look through that. That's what we'd be looking at, all that stuff. They would be the dates. I wouldn't go through all of that. I'd just obviously pick out. Do you see what I'm saying? It's
I get. I didn't realise that it wouldn't be to do with our case.
No,
I don't get what this is to do with why we need to do this then.
What the idea is, the assessment's been completed. Basically, a piece of work was identified, and that was just giving you some information around keeping children safe from sexually harmful people, generally. And I'm not saying anything about what's happening in your case or your situation. And I was asked to do it, and that's it really, that's the gist of it. This is the information which, like I say, I've shown you. That's the sort of, not all of it, because he's so young. It's pointless me giving you some of this information. And what I do is I point you in the right direction and say, right, as he gets older, look at this, look at that. So that type of idea. Although I put 5 sessions down, I don't actually think we'll need 5 sessions. Do you see what I'm saying? I've just booked them so we've got the room. Yeah? So I think it's a good idea anyway, having just had this conversation, because I think you're a lot clearer now about what it entails, and it gives you a better time to think about it, because last time you were still doing it, the assessment was still ongoing, there was a lot going on for you. So yeah, just have a think, okay? Ring me if you want. You've got my number, haven't you? You rang me before. I'll ring you when I talk to my manager. His name's Chris Sanderson.
So what could happen now? What potentially could happen now?
I don't think anything dire is going to happen. What are you worried about?
Well, could they now say, right, well, she's not doing this piece of work, so we're going to open a child protection case or something like that? I don't know.
At this stage, and I don't want to answer you because I don't want to be. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know is the answer. I'd need to go back and find out. Literally, I was allocated the case because I was going to do this piece of work with you. I don't know what will happen. I can't imagine anything seriously will happen because what's changed? The assessment's done.
Yeah.
There's nothing changed, is there? Your dad's still, obviously.
I was still
what's
willing
happening.
to do the work. I just.
Of course you are.
I was
And it's-
cooperating.
Yeah, and it's my decision that I don't feel I want to be recorded doing it because you might feel safer, but I'm not going to feel very safe, am I? And it's supposed to be a two-way thing. And it's not because I'm worried that you're going to catch me out on anything, because there's nothing. You can disagree with these statistics and this information as much as you like. We can have a debate. I quite enjoy that. So that's where we're at, really. And it's good that you've now, with all the information, you've got a chance to consider whether you want to do it or not. I know you do want to do it, but without the recording.
I'd be happy to do it.
I know you are. I know. I know, but and I understand your anxieties, honestly. But I want to be really honest with you as well. Okay? Okay. I know. It's horrible, isn't it? So are you okay to leave it at that then?
Yeah.
Till obviously you talk to your dad. I'll talk to my manager.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back and see if we can carry on.
Okay.
Alright?
Yeah.
But like I say, next week's won't happen because it just seems a ridiculous time really. I wasn't sure about
So
your
as far
childcare.
as we're aware, I'm still turning up on the 2nd of January.
Yeah, unless you definitely decide you don't want to do
No,
it.
I'm fine to do it. I just need to feel like
yeah.
I need to record it.
Right, okay. Well, I don't want you to record it, so we're sort of a bit of a stalemate there. And we'll see what can be done about it, okay?
Okay. Brilliant.
All right, have a lovely Christmas.
Andrew, thank you.
Sorry about that.
That's fine.